The drill is pretty much ready to go. We got all these packer wheels changed to this new style of V-packer. We went through all these mid-row banders and we changed a lot of the scrapers and adjusted the shims so that they are right above the bevel. We just have to hook up the Versatile to it and make sure our monitors are good and that we have communication between everything. A bit of a snow update since last video. This is basically all that's left. Fields are dry. There's a few sloughs, but they're drying up too. We had a few days of 10, 11, 12 degrees and the snow melted really quickly. I don't know if there was like no moisture in the snow or just the ground is so dry, but there's not a lot of runoff. The ditches aren't really running with water. I think it's just so dry out. But that snow is going quick and maybe we'll be in the field sooner than a guy thinks. Spare tires are changed. We got the big 800s on here. We got the big fenders on the back. So this guy is ready to go. I need to grease this sprayer, especially the back rack, the boom slide on this back rack. So a lot of pivot points here, as well as the suspension is a big one on the sprayer because seems like it needs a lot of grease on the suspension. And if it's not well greased, you'll hear it squeaking pretty good going down the field. So I want to do that here. The best for this, the rack is the 5th wheel grease with your trowel. That works pretty good. And then new for this year is the automatic Milwaukee grease gun. This guy's a game changer. It's got battery powered, obviously, and then you can preset how many shots you want to give it. So it'll stop at 15, and then, you know, you can change that accordingly. Also, nice little light. It's a pretty good little tool. Now the trick is not to get this all over yourself. Try to keep this well greased because this is just gets to metal on metal and you don't want that. Try to get all sides. Also 2 speeds, slow speed, fast speed. A little too fast. So there is 2 secret grease studs underneath the road gator on the suspension on this cross arm. One there, got that guy. And then another guy on the other end, but it's underneath these hoses. Right there. So it makes it kind of hard to get in there, because you got to pull the hoses away with one hand and then grease with the other hand. So I'm gonna have to cut this zip tie so I can pull these hoses out of the way, and then I might just re-zip tie it up there because I can't get it. There we go. That gives me some more room. Damn it. Come on. like that. What a mess. This Zerk. What a mess. That Zerk is actually worn. It's worn down from rubbing on these hoses. That's why it's not taking any grease. So that guy has to be replaced. That's why the sprayer is squeaking. I can hear it from the cab.
It's the east hose. Right?
Yep, that's worn pretty good. The trucks and trailers need greasing so we can crawl under there and get the brakes and the chutes. Under the trailer's not bad. Under the truck is a little bit tighter. This is the automatic Volvo, the D13. I got a sight glass, transmission sight glass. There's something in there, so that's good. And now it's snowing. Winter just isn't giving up. Some pretty big flakes too. They said a chance of snow today, but I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. But we can't complain about the moisture too much. We'll take anything we can get, any forms of it. It'll soak in. If it wants to snow for 2 days, let it snow for 2 days. Full Line Ag is here, the tech to work on the versatile tractors. There's a software update to do on both tractors and rerouting wires underneath the cab, so he's got the cab all apart and stuff. So he's gonna do that, and I got some smaller tasks that are more my pay grade to tackle. Like taking this door panel off on the Western Star because my window doesn't shut. And it just bounces down when I'm going down the road. So I gotta take this apart and see why it's not going up and down. See what it's doing. Yeah, so I've been pulling it up by hand. So the little motor in the bottom of the door is probably broken or something. I'm still working on getting the door off. I got bolts labeled because they're all different sizes and stuff, but that's what it's doing. I'm not exactly sure, other than you're changing out this window motor I can't really deduce anything at this time, so I'm kind of at a standstill. And I got everything taken apart. So I don't know. I think I might put this all back together while this part comes in. I think it's the regulator, which is this guy. It's kind of like a gear that drives the window up and down. The motor's good. I think the motor's good, but I don't want to be driving around with the door looking like this all spring. So I'm going to put this back together, wait for this regulator to come in, and then tackle this project. If you got to this point in the video, I want you to comment your Stanley Cup final predictions down below. I'm going with Edmonton and Boston. Thanks for watching.